Good morning. I am coming to you from the couch. I do like coming to you from the couch. It's such a good spot to be. I've discovered I'm a bit like Sheldon with the one side that's always mine. That's the only connection to Sheldon I'll willingly acknowledge. Okay, I want to talk to you about something though. I was just sitting here having breakfast, relaxing, and scrolling through the internet as you do. Come on, I know a lot of you do it. Not the most healthiest thing to do, but yeah. And I'm in a couple of cancer groups, especially specific to the treatments I'm having. So I get my support from there and information and find out how other people are doing, and that's quite encouraging. So in those groups, it might sound kind of depressing on the onset, right? But actually, they're the most loving, happy, supportive group I've ever been in. There's no one there picking on your grammar or on your politically incorrect speech. Well, there's not really much of that in a medical group, is there? It's well, I suppose there is. It's just no one cares because of the intent. There's no malice in the group, and that's the nice thing. I don't know. Does it take critical illness and death to bring people together to a point where they just loosen up and don't worry about the small stuff, and just treat each other really kindly and supportively, and no judgments, acceptance is abundant, and and yet it's in critical cancer groups. So that, it blows my mind that that's the case. But today I had something interesting because it's happened to me and it's happened to all of us in that group. And that is, someone came in and said, why didn't anyone warn me about like the mass exodus of friends? Like all my friends are going and blah, blah, blah. There's many reasons for this, and we're not in that person's life and we don't know it, but it could be partly their fault. But when everyone starts writing, that's normal. That's normal. Yes, that happens. Yes, even in my case too. I was actually laughing. Yeah, there it goes. Wow, your friendship rings really shrink. I'm going to show you a diagram of friendship rings at some point. I've got these friendship rings I drew up a long time ago, my circle of relationships and values. And I just find that visualizing things often helps me to process and understand things better. So maybe it's something that some of you will connect with. So I have to show it to you at some point. But yeah, your friendship rings really do tighten, and it is hard to take, especially when you might think that someone is particularly a good friend, and then they disappear. If you're hearing crickets while you're going through some of your hardest times, then there's something not quite right about that, On the other hand, what about the influx of good people that come? That's the beautiful thing, is then for just as many friends that exited, or maybe not just as many, but you get the ones that end up being there right beside you, giving you all the strength and happiness and the courage, and you think, wow, I would never have imagined, or I didn't see that coming, and now I've got like some incredible people in my life, which is wonderful. Can I also just say that I'm making this video with no particular persons in mind when it comes to the negative stuff? The friendship exodus, it's an occurrence. I don't dwell on the individuals that are in it. I simply let them pass through, goodbye, and no malice. I just get on with my life and living it how I want and how I need to. And those who are wanting to be in it will be in it, and those that don't. But it is fascinating that it is a thing. And every person who's gone through cancer or any kind of really serious terminal illness, any serious illness, will tell you this. They'll have experienced it for sure. I am 100% sure. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I'm going to come back at some point with the friendship rings, but that's my video for today. All right, see ya, bye.